All right, so I'm going to show you how to import into ONECNC a part and get it set up. Now, real fast, this is the toolpath group. This is where we'll put our machining operations, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The major focus here is going to be in this layer area and in this area here, and with a few of the toolbar buttons. So this is pretty simple. Usually, I'm going to what I do is I go and take SolidWorks and I create an assembly of my part in the stock, and sometimes I'll throw my vices in there as well, and then I export that assembly as an IGES file, and I already did that somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is go and import the IGES file. So it's already here. So I'm just going to open it and pick the recommended. So here we go. And it comes, and I say OK, and then this is the assembly. You can see the triad here. This is the X direction of the mill, this is the Y direction of the mill, and then this up and down is the Z direction. So the tool would come from above, and you can see over here in the layers, I've got these 3 layers that have popped in, and if I remove these with the eyes, so now they're invisible, layer 12 is the stock. So I'm going to call that op1 stock. And layer 4 is the part. So I'm going to call that op1 stock, op1 part, sorry. Okay, here it comes. So the first thing you have to decide is how you want to orient your part on the mill bed. And I know this looks like a big round part, but it's we're going to do it on a mill. And our first operation is going to be cutting everything on this surface. So what we have to do is rotate the part so that this is up when the triad is in its normal orientation. So we can press the space bar, and then we get this little pop-up menu. So we're going to pick isometric, and we're going to make the stock visible, and we're going to select the part and the stock. So we're going to select the part, and we're going to select the stock by doing these little red boxes right here. Another way to do that would be just to select everything, select all visible entities. So there we go. All right. Now we're going to rotate. So we want to do this guy here, which is rotate selected entities around a point. I'm going to click that. And we want to rotate around 0, 0. And we have to rotate it around the x-axis. Now, if you let the cursor wander in, you get all sorts of funky effects, but I prefer to just go in here, and so we want to rotate around the x-axis. Now, it auto-populated -90, but let's just go in here and put in a 0, and then let's just try. So if you see, as I put a number in, -9, you can see that the part has moved from mostly vertical. The top of it has moved a little back, and that's the direction we would want to rotate it. So let's go and do a 90. And now you can see when I pressed enter, the part and the stock have both rotated in the direction I want. So I'm going to press escape to get rid of the rotation dialog over here. Okay, so now I can use the cursor, the mouse middle wheel, and rotate things. And you can see here, if I press the space bar again, and I do front view, you can see that there's this faint line going through the part. That is the plane of Z0. So this part of the material is actually at a height above Z0. And what I want to do is I want the top center of the stock to be Z0. Now, it's just me. Some people want the top center of the part to be Z0. But in my instance, I'm usually a top center of the stock person. So what I've done is I've moved my cursor to layer 1, which was populated for me. And if it wasn't, then I could just go in here and add a new layer. I can add all sorts of things. And now I've got to get rid of them all. So the easy way to get rid of all of these is to right-click, purge empty layers. And let's go back and add a layer. OK. So select that. I'm going to deselect all of the stuff that was selected earlier. And I'm just going to go in here and pick line. I'm going to go from that corner to this corner. And now I can continue going to somewhere else, but I'm going to right click and cancel. Okay, so now I've got a line across. And you can see if I hover, there's a little center dot right there. Okay, so now go grab this tool here, which is not showing any tooltip, but that's probably because I'm already in this line menu. So if I cancel out of the line menu with escape, and then I go here, you'll see that I get my tooltip, which is move. So I want to move this assembly, but guess what? I haven't selected all this stuff. So let's go select all this stuff. So again, we can select all visible entities, or we can pick here on the layers. Okay, and so let's do move. And now if we hover, you can see that I can pick up the center of that line. And if you look off to the, if you look over here, while I'm hovering on that center, you can see that the point that I'm currently at is x0, y0, z plus 0.8 and some change. So let's just click that. Now you can see that the whole part's moving around with my cursor. I could go and click on some other feature and I could attach all of this stuff there. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here and see where it says z. I'm just going to change that z to 0 and watch the part right now. It goes down. And if I say OK, then the part is there, and I'm going to press escape, get rid of the dialog. Okay, and now the part is exactly where I wanted it. And I can unselect all this fun stuff, and I'm now ready to start doing all my cam work and on this op1. So, let's go and change the name of this layer because this is op1 line geo. So, that's it for this video.